Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Friday afternoon. Welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Brett Pritchard. We'll be with you for the next hour, as always, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, 256-234-6221, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Auburn will be facing the Arkansas Razorbacks. Auburn has a 6-game winning streak over the Razorbacks, the longest in the series history. Only played 31 times, but dating back to 1984. But nonetheless, 6 straight. Can they make it 7 straight? Auburn on a 3-game losing streak. Arkansas has lost 3 out of their last 4. They did beat BYU before. Both teams have had an off week to prepare for this one.
Would be a 9-game winning streak, save that weird daggum 5 overtime game.
Brett Bielema. And it took a really, really poor Auburn team in 2015.
That's right.
That was one, that team that struggled mightily went on the road. And we dropped like the 10 passes in the first quarter.
That's right.
It was something ridiculous.
I mean, you saying
first half.
Saying Auburn team and struggles, just kind of, pick a year.
Yeah, seems that way. But nonetheless, anyway, 11 o'clock, Jordan-Hare Stadium, on the SEC Network.
Lots of blowouts
Saturday.
in our favor here.
Yeah, and got the Tuberville era was, it was schizophrenic. I mean, we got blown out several times. We struggled with Arkansas under Tommy Tuberville, but Gus Malzahn pretty much dominated them. We've had some memorable games with Arkansas that I recall. We might talk about some of them. If you got a favorite one or a least favorite one, give us a call or text in and let us know. But we'll talk about that. We'll break down those numbers a little bit. Obviously, a lot going on, with players leaving the program or at least announcing that they're going to leave. They can't officially enter the transfer portal until December. But unless we fire Brian Harsin, is my understanding,
right,
from earlier in the week. But as long as, they can't officially enter until later. But they have announced that they have 4 players this week.
Gary posed the question to me that I posed to you guys the other day via comment. I said, what if he wins out? What does that do? Does it – he said, is it too far gone regardless? Or – we're talking about winning out, and that's not beating Alabama. That's winning 4 of the last 5. And, but let's just evaluate that. This Arkansas team, not very good. Mississippi State, not very good. Texas A&M, not very good. Western Kentucky, the reason you schedule Western Kentucky is because you supposedly guaranteeing a win, right? Save a rare year, which this could be the rare year. So you see if you win those 4, does it heal your thoughts on almost losing to Missouri or probably should have losing to Missouri? Does it heal your thoughts on the destroying of our football team by Penn State inside Jordan-Hare? Does it heal your thoughts on blowing a 17-point lead again to another team, this time to LSU? Does it heal your thoughts that you went to Georgia and had no chance? I mean, does it fix anything is the question. That was the point of – that we were kind of arrived to this morning on his show. And to me, the answer is no, because there's no positivity looking at the recruiting class and the potential of what you got that's going to correct it and prevent you from having this same thing happen next year and the year after and the year after.
Well, to even fathom that Auburn could win 4 straight here, something would have to drastically change. So, I mean, something –
I just don't think we got the players to win 4 games
What's
in a row.
going to change, though?
No, nothing's going to change.
It's the same players. It's the same coaches. I can't imagine it getting anything but worse.
Well, and y'all talked about it yesterday, and you got we've been gashed the last 2 games on the ground, and Arkansas's a predominantly running team and a top running team. So what makes you think you're going to hold them to under 300 yards rushing? I mean, you've been gashed for 730 over the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Well, you think
740.
Oh, I'm sorry. I sold them short a little bit. Yeah. I sold them out on 10 yards. That they'll make up for it Saturday, tomorrow. I mean, but what makes you think this defense is going to stop Arkansas? I mean, running the football. If they can force Jefferson to throw, then maybe you feel a little bit better. I'm not sure how much better, but can we get off the field? That's the question. And then can we put any type of consistency together offensively? We saw a flash of that at Ole Miss, but after we got down 3 scores, it took us getting down 21 points before we decided we could do, and about a fisticuffs between players before we decided that, hey, maybe we can move the ball.
Well, we did. We benched Robbie Ashford for a series.
And brought in –
and fumbled. And
perhaps the 3 worst plays. If there were any doubt why he wasn't back in the game, he removed all when he came out there. And so, he'll probably be in the transfer portal, and rightfully so. But Robbie Ashford's going to be the guy you stick with the rest of the year, I think. I don't know why you'd flip-flop going back and forth. Do you think you see T.J. Finley?
I mean, Ashford gives you the best chance to win.
Well,
and that should have been obvious coming out of fall practice.
Right.
Quite honestly.
I want to also bring up one thing. I thought it was odd in the Landon King story that, okay, we hadn't seen very much of him, right? And then Landon King said he was going to go, wanted a red shirt, and Harsin asked him, was he willing to play? You kind of almost going back to him saying, hey, are you willing to play? And he said, no, I'm not. And then he said, well, you probably need to leave. Well, why are you going back and asking a guy to play that you weren't playing before? I mean, what changed? Now all of a sudden you need him. Did all of a sudden a light come on and you go, man, we got this great receiver over here? What were we doing? I mean, I just thought that was an odd part of the story that it said that he went back and asked Landon King, was he willing to play this year? Well, to me, he was willing to play at the beginning of the year when you weren't playing him.
Yeah.
And he had 1 catch for 13 yards. So it's just so many odd things, man.
It really doesn't make any sense, and that's that part of that story that you understand where Landon King's coming from to say, look, if you're not going to play me, or if you're just going to put me in token, for 1 or 2 plays,
he did thank Gus
and waste a game.
He did thank Gus Malzahn for giving him the chance.
Yes, he did, and we talked about that yesterday too. I don't think it's a coincidence.
And was it Diamond that said Harsin, or was it it was?
I think it was
Dawson. It's Dawson that said Harsin.
He didn't say coach. He just said Harsin.
Hey, Harsin. To me, I think that was a shot in itself.
So, I don't know. Those things don't happen by coincidence.
It's a lot. This eerily reminds me of Gene Chiswick's exit. I mean, I'm just
without the accolades to go with it.
Absolutely. I'm giving you my analysis. It feels like Gene Chiswick, and I know we compared 2012 to this year, which one's worse, and we didn't win a conference game in 2012. Missouri may end up being our only conference win this year, and it should have been, by all stretches, a loss. Let's be honest. We were very lucky to win that game the way we did. So it feels like a guy that doesn't have control of the program. He doesn't have control, doesn't feel like the players are on his side. Some may come out and say they are, and I'm sure a few do. I'm not saying the entire team, but it just feels like you got a bunch of guys out there that are trying to make it through the season. And
if you're looking for a parallel, 2012, a woeful, horrendous Arkansas team came in and beat Auburn by 3 touchdowns. And 2 weeks later, I think it was about 2 weeks later, I mean, Auburn officially just quit against Texas A&M.
They fought.
So
y'all went to the game.
Yes, I did.
I mean, I really don't.
I was there for a half.
Still don't understand what you were doing.
I was there for a half. But look, I mean, if this Auburn, like we've said, look,
those wounds are still fresh.
I'm wondering what the mindset of this Auburn team is going to be Saturday. If they come out, it's an 11 o'clock game. It's early. You wonder what the crowd. I'm going to put the crowd size. I'm going to say over under.
Here we go.
I'm going to say 75. Over under 75. What do you say?
I'd say 75.
Okay, so you're going to push.
I'd say it's over under. No, I'm saying I'm with you. Oh, so you?
I'll go over. I'll go over 75. You say push though.
Well, they're gonna lie anyway. Well, I mean, if it was the entire upper decks were empty, they'd say there's 80,000 there.
Probably.
So I mean, ain't no probably. I mean, they go off ticket sales. I mean, so they don't have guys right there with a little clicker.
But so how does Auburn come out and play in this game if this game gets away from them?
Why do you think they're going to come out and play?
Well, they've had 2 weeks. I think players can isolate themselves a little bit better than fans can. And I think they understand the situation. But I think the guys that are playing have some pride. And they will go out there and give it their best. Now, if things start going south early, it may
like getting down 21 now?
It may now they bounce back against Ole Miss, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do that and continue running. We'll see. Hopefully they don't get down 21-0. That would be the first goal. Don't go anywhere. We're up against our first break here, but we'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Brett Pritchard, and I'm here to tell you all about Sims Foods, who you know better as Wickles Pickles. Wickles Pickles, that 90-year-old recipe, wickedly delicious. relish, okra, and pickles. From Saturday sandwiches, tailgate snacks, to holiday dinners with your family and friends. From their family to yours, Wickles Pickles, those wickedly delicious pickles.
Wickles Pickles, wickedly delicious pickles.
Concrete Basement and Walls LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls LLC.
No monthly payments till after the holidays. At Glenn Smith in Opelika.
Enjoy big discounts on Chevrolet Buick and GMC SUVs. How about a brand new Chevrolet Buick or GMC with no payments till next year? New Chevy Equinox as low as $329 a month. New Buick Enclaves up to $5,000 off. New GMC Terrains up to $6,000 off.
Get 0% financing, no payments till next year at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show. We are brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team, saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgages for all your mortgage needs. Give them a call today, 256-397-0248. A lot of comments coming through. David, our cohort, says 24-21, Arkansas.
What is Mr. Sunshine is?
There's a cloud moving in.
There's a cloud.
I just think the team's mentality is too fragile right now, says David. So Jamie says 24-14, Arkansas. So 2 for Arkansas already. Kyle says you lose Landon King to play guys like Shedrick Jackson. Hard to understand. John Paul says, do you think if Auburn loses tomorrow, that is the last straw with Harsin?
Shouldn't it be the last
I think
straw
that
already?
straw's already been pulled. Mark says, I bet a bunch of orange seats will be empty tomorrow. And Ed says 65,000. He's going
and he and
way under.
Me and Ed are the judges, and not you and David.
So me and David are giving a preacher's count, and y'all are giving the actual count.
There you go.
Heard Auburn is going to drag the curtain from Beard Eves to put over sections in Jordan Hare. It's gotten that bad. Oh, my goodness, if it's gotten that bad, we're in trouble.
I think it has.
Ty says only 10 more days till basketball begins. Arkansas secondary is not good. I think we can throw on Arkansas. I think Auburn wins. 31-20. Thank you, Ty.
Got
for
to
having
be
some
able
sort
to
of
stop
positivity.
their running game, and that's the biggest part of it. You got to be able to stop the running game, and it starts there. I told Gary that this morning. He said, what do you think it's going to take? And I really think that's where it starts and stops with Auburn. If it's, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 yards every time they run the football, and it's just like they're pushing downhill, then they're going to do what they want to.
Nearly about 50% on third down. On third down conversion. So if they're running the ball and they're, converting third downs, if it's always 3rd and 2, and it's going to be a nightmare because now Auburn's had 2 weeks, so they ought to be healthy. They ought to be much healthier than they have been on the defensive line, which is really, really important because they don't have hardly any depth, and it just got even less with Zykevious Walker.
Did he even play anyway?
He played several snaps at Georgia.
Well,
a lot of good that did, but nonetheless.
Somebody his size not being.
He was banged up. Apparently, he had injuries this year. Apparently, that's the excuse that he's not playing.
Always,
and again, Jeremiah Wright.
Where is Dylan Brooks?
We put in Jeremiah Wright on the offensive line,
right.
And again, the offensive line looks better Saturday or 2 weeks ago Saturday against Ole Miss than it looked all year long with Council at center and Jeremiah Wright at guard. So where's that been all year? I mean, why wasn't that the starting offensive line? You can't figure these things out in practice. That's what boggles my mind. We start these games. I mean, we start these seasons, and it's the wrong lineup. So whose fault is that?
Well, you would hope that's why they get paid all the money. They get paid to evaluate and put the players in the best position.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But how many times did we say that about Gus Malzahn? We did that over and over with him. And then they'd move somebody around, and all of a sudden it'd start working. You'd be like, well, why in the heck ain't he been doing that?
And to that, we recruited Jeremiah Wright as an offensive lineman. And when he got to Auburn, we said, no. The guards we got are so good, we're going to have to move him to defensive line. Think about that,
They've moved that poor kid. He gets the endurance award. He's been moved from offense to defense, back to offense, back to defense, back to offense many times. He doesn't know what side of the ball he's on. You know, and so, but obviously one of our best offensive linemen they had on the defensive line. But I've never, and not in my lifetime.
It was one game. I don't know.
But not in my lifetime have I seen a roster deplete the way this one has. And moving forward into the to the next year, I mean, if somebody thinks it's sunshine and rainbows, looking at what we've got coming in, I mean, everybody would be willing to dismiss. And I've had multiple Auburn people come up and say, man, I'd be okay in stomach the season we're having if we knew the players were on the way and we were rejuvenating ourselves with a roster. He's already lost half of his first signing class. Mm-hmm. So take out the part that, okay, well, let's give Brian Harsin the benefit of the doubt, and what happened to him in February wasn't his fault and it handicapped him in recruiting. Well, what about the ones that's been down there that he brought in that's been in part of the program? Now, all of a sudden, half of them are gone. What's their story?
Well, just kind of put it in perspective, think about, normally you sign 25.
Right. We didn't sign but 18.
We signed 18 and 19 in the last two classes. Think about that
so
now.
We're already – I told y'all yesterday it feels like an equivalent of a program coming off 3 to 5 years of probation. I mean, and people go, well, why did you say that? From a numbers standpoint, I'm not trying to be exaggerant. I'm just saying that's how many – let's say you didn't – I mean, you penalized yourself 5 to 10 scholarships a year over that period of time. What is that, 30? 30 scholarships?
Yeah.
Over that time frame, or let's say half of that's 15. That's we're there. That's where we are. I mean, we could stand to sign 40 players in this next class. And this class only has, 9 commitments?
Yeah. Now, I mean, with the transfer portal the way it is, you may not sign a full class.
But let me tell you what
time.
you can't do. You can't start signing your entire class based off the transfer portal. That's the way people that used to go and sign half to 3/4 of their class off JUCOs, it ended up biting them in the rear end. You could go get JUCOs to fill some pieces, but when you started signing 9, 10, 11 JUCOs to try to fill your roster, that's not the way to do it.
And here's the other one too. Auburn went from 34 four-star players on the roster in 2021 to 24 or like 42 to 32, I think was the number. 42 four-stars to 32 four-stars in 2022. What's it going down to in 2023?
That's right.
That's the scary part. It's not just the numbers, it's the quality as well.
That's my point.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial building. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you for about 30 more minutes in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate for all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area as well as down there on the coast. Give them a call today, 551-BIG-FISH, or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com. Some more comments. Wes loves the maroon shirt. Yeah, we're wearing maroon and gray. I don't know. We didn't plan that, but we ended up.
Benjamin Russell's last regular season game, senior night tonight.
Ed says, my sources, and they have been very accurate, say Harsin favors the players that are loyal to him and has penalized the players that are loyal to Auburn. That is exactly what the 21 said that left last year, and they appeared to be right.
If you remember, a lot of those guys, there was a mixed camp on that deal. It was not some unified, the whole team come out, and apparently what we've learned here in the last few days about what the real investigation was, it was into player it was into the players. It wasn't
coaches.
Yeah, the coaches.
They felt like they were missed.
I mean, that came out. And so David rebuts and says, so by that logic, Harsin saying me or Auburn, that makes zero sense. If if he's that hardcore about loyalty, then he's basically sabotaging Auburn football. Well, what is he doing? I mean, is this not sabotaging of the program right now? The way he's not making any changes, continues to do the same thing. I told Gary this morning on his show, he's had a pattern for the very small amount of time that he's been here, but the pattern is to blow leads, big leads. The sanctity of Jordan-Hare Stadium isn't the way it used to be because you've had Penn State roll in there and blow us out. You've had 2 or 3 big leads blown. That place used to be impossible to win. And now, I mean, it's not anymore. I mean, in a very short amount of time, he's torn that down. I'm not saying it's verbatim like that, but there's got to be something to that a little bit because there is a divide between the players.
No question. And look, you can say what you will about what he inherited, and the Gus Malzahn bears some responsibility for what the program is. There's no question about that. However, Brian Harsin, Auburn football is 3-9 in the last 12 games. That's only happened one time in modern history. And it's since Shug Jordan took over in 1951. And that was Gene Chizik.
And what did I say at the beginning of this program? This feels like Gene Chizik. And I didn't know that stat you just gave me. And I said it because of the way the players are acting, the mentality of the team being fragile and not looking like they want to finish the season. Players leaving left and right, lack of control. It just has the same kind of feel. So we'll see. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, go ahead.
Hey, guys. Y'all talking about Harsin sabotaging the program. Have y'all ever seen the movie Major League?
Yes.
And doesn't it seem like he's the owner who's just doing everything he can to run in the ground? Oh, I did this. That didn't work. Let's see if I can make something else harder for the guys.
Yeah, and it's hard for me to believe that a guy that's a competitor that is, in that position would actually intentionally do something like that. But you know what? I don't put anything past anybody in this world anymore. After what happened in the all season to him, I don't know if he's vengeful, he's spiteful, he knows he's got $15 million in his back pocket. I don't know where he stands, with his morals and ethics as far as that's concerned. I would like to think no, he wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but like you said, this was so bad for him and his family. You can't blame the man. I mean, I don't know. It seems like he wants to, I guess, get a bigger buyout and get out before the season ends. I don't know, but the way this season's been going is just mind-boggling. I get the offensive line is pretty tough for our guys to run and throw the ball, but we can't be that bad. I mean, goodness gracious.
I'd just like to know how many guys we really have available at practice. What does our team look like numbers-wise? Legitimately, who you would feel comfortable running out there and competing in this league with? How many available options do we have?
But talking about Harsin, just like what you were saying,
right.
There's only really two ways. I guess there's only really two logical ways to look at it. The one, like what you were saying, it's almost intentionally sabotaging, or he's the most delusional man. He's the second most delusional man after Gus Malzahn on the planet. Because you say
only us can go find one more delusional.
Apparently, he's saying, I'm going to do it my way because my way will work. And he's convinced that but if you're telling players, like Ed said, if you're telling players to transfer, good players, then you're not doing what's best.
And you already have a depleted roster.
You're absolutely not doing what's best for the program. So,
no.
And he must be thinking, well, I'm going to be here next year, and I'm going to bring in better players.
From where?
No, you're not going to be here.
Started if he's going to bring in better players.
Yeah.
Well, somebody needs to tell the players because obviously they ain't been contacted yet.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, well, we appreciate the call, brother. Thank you.
Yep. Take care.
You too.
Look, just go take a look at the recruiting, man. We do not. Let me give a disclaimer. We are sick of sitting up here. We would love nothing more than to be talking about this game tomorrow and how Auburn's going for 7 in a row, and Auburn's 5-2, and they still got all their goals ahead of them. We lost a couple of games, didn't go our way, but we got a top 10 recruiting class building, trying to get to the top 5. Got these guys coming in this weekend. All that. Anybody talking about any of that?
Completely delusional or vengeful?
Or both.
Or both. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom, Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
At CNT Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
Country Clipper zero-turn mowers are designed for comfort, accessibility, and ease of use. Only Country Clipper offers your choice of steering options with industry-exclusive joystick steering or twin lever steering. Their patented stand-up deck, standard on every model, allows for quick access to the underside of the deck for routine maintenance. With a wide front step and optional handrail, getting on or off your mower has never been easier. Stop by Fun Carts of Opelika today for a test drive. Country Clipper mowers, designed for you. Fun Carts of Opelika, located at 618 Lee Road, 113 in Opelika, Alabama.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house you need 3 things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
2 nights, 1 weekend at ATL Live. Friday, November 11th, his first concert ever at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Billy Joel. With Lionel Richie and Sheryl Crow. And Saturday, November 12th, 8-time Grammy winner Chris Stapleton with Miranda Lambert, Dwight Yoakam, and more. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss ATL Live, powered by Ticketmaster.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom, Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker, Brubaker, Brubaker.
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
B-R-E BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. Just a couple more segments left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Well, we got some more comments coming through. We'll get to some of those before we get too far down the line. Maybe it's just me, but when you tell players to transfer, he's not looking out for the program, says Ed. What upsets me is Auburn administration letting this go down like this.
Well, where are the leaders right now? And I'm not saying go in there.
Don't have a permanent AD.
Well, I know. What's going on with that in itself?
That needs to be remedied quickly.
Do we not feel like there's any – does everybody down there feel like everything is just rolling right along, there's no issues?
I think traditionally, you evaluate no matter how bad things are at the end of the season. That's the way some people – I mean, that's the way presidents think. That's the way – they don't think like
situations
fans.
are a lot worse than evaluating where you are at the end of the season.
Gene Chizik was fired at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he wasn't – now, we all knew he was going to – we all said he had to be fired.
Make him suffer through his – if we're going to suffer, make him suffer, right?
I figure that – I guess that's what they're thinking. They've got time to do it. So, Jim says, isn't the transfer portal rule if a coach gets fired during the season – that opens the door for players to enter immediately? Would there be a reason to keep Harsin to hold players from leaving?
Well, obviously he's doing a pretty bad job himself. He's doing a damaging job himself, telling people to go on and leave now. I mean, I don't know that would prevent any more from leaving if he was fired.
Yeah.
May get some to come back.
Harsin is sending a message to Yellowfella, you tried to destroy my family. I'm going to destroy your Auburn family on my way out. Right. Now, again, going back to the thing that was the inquiry had nothing to do with the rumors. Those internet rumors, that was all just
where did
Twitter
that come from?
Garbage.
Where did it come from?
The whole, and it had nothing to do with the trustee, with the boosters and trustees. It was a legitimate investigation by Googe that was about players and coaches claiming that they were being mistreated. And
what is mistreated is such a vague what does that mean?
It's into the eye of the beholder, I suppose. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ed says, yes, other schools can immediately talk to players in the portal, not that we have many players other schools want. Jim says, Ed, can we put Harsin in the portal? I think he's already there. So,
yeah, I don't know. Again, we're up here going into week 8 of the season, and we really haven't even talked about the game.
We're talking about a coach. We're legitimately fielding comments about a coach trying to sabotage a program. What do we – I mean, this is
perception
where we are.
is reality in a lot of people's eyes. And, sometimes you try to rationalize why things are the way they are, and sometimes it's so eye-opening. You go, surely this isn't what's going on.
That can't possibly be right.
Surely this isn't what's going on. But you almost are like, if I don't think that's what it is, I'm the naive one. I don't know anything. Look, I'm telling you, it's just an odd dynamic with Brian Harsin after games. Nobody around him. He shakes the opposing coach, walks off, players and all are congregating in other circles, other coaches are talking, and he's standing over there just kind of off to himself. And then his family comes up, and they kind of walk off the field together. It's just an odd look, man.
Well, this, again, we're at the point now of no return. And I think everybody understands, even the most ardent Auburn fan that is, says it's all, loyalty, and it's only been 2 years and all that kind of stuff. I think we all see very clearly now this was a bad fit. It was a bad marriage. and it is going to end in a messy divorce. That is going to happen. So it's just a matter of when that happens and how to handle that. And right now,
I wonder if Cole Kublik's still defending what he, the blocking schemes and all, and what he's got to work with and all that. I mean, is he defending the effort in recruiting? Or are we going to use that? We're going to use some other excuse?
Somebody at Auburn is trying to defend it because, it seems like the last 2 weeks there's been a media blitz from Auburn PR to try to say, oh, he's out there, he's burning up the trail.
He had the week off, Andy. What is he supposed to do? I mean, that's what you're supposed to do every week. And, he makes his trips to the whatever clubs all over the state and speaking and all. That's what you see all the other coaches do.
I will say, here's the one argument against Arson, intentionally trying to do anything. He's not that old of a guy, and quite frankly, he's younger than you and I, so he wants to coach again, I'm sure. Well. And he would not do anything to completely blow up his future, I wouldn't think. Although,
who's touching him right now?
I'm not sure what $15 million does to a person. If you know you got that in the bank plus the $10 million they've already paid.
That's right.
That's $25 million you're going to pocket in 2 years at Auburn.
I'd take a couple years off.
I might not work the rest of my life. So
you have that option. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Come do a terrible job and get paid monumental wealth. That's what we do in college athletics now, all over the country. So
Ed says this divorce is a lot messier than Tom and Giselle.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think you're right. Jim says Texas A&M got a pretty good mess themselves. That is true. Misery loves company.
And I'm telling you, yes, I hear that Texas A&M can buy him out, no problem. But the fact and the thought of them paying him $86 million to just go to the house is just unfathomable. That is just unbelievable. I don't think, heck, if they fire him in 3 years, they got to pay him like 60. What in the world, man?
I don't know. That might be the contract.
Why wouldn't you intentionally go out there and lose? At some point in time, you got to think about it a little bit.
We got to take a break. We'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Friday. Right after this.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz, final segment in today's show. Brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center with 10 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. I can't leave everybody on a terrible negative note, so I'm going to throw something positive out there because that's who I am. Auburn, in the last 20 years, is 219, 42-1. When they score 30 points. 219, 42-1 when they score 30 points. Arkansas's defense averages giving up 32.5 points. So,
then we can score 32.
What you're saying is there's a chance.
What you're saying is, hey, I want to go back. The administration ultimately, it's got to be at their feet, right?
Yes.
I mean,
they make these choices.
Well, they've got to. In the unity behind the scenes of everybody getting on the same page, because this next hire, I think, is that monumental, because I don't think you can afford to screw it up again. I just don't. You got to bring somebody in here that has a wow factor about them, period. You got to be able to turn the script over immediately and get some momentum and get some players going. Look, I know Auburn struggled this past year, but I'm going to play for that guy. If he calls me, I'm playing for him. Now, who are we talking about? Who's the one guy out there? If it doesn't work, so be it. You going to go hire some blasé Joe Blow and act like you're going to build some program when you're this far behind? You better go out there and get somebody that you know can recruit and get some players in here, man. If you want to turn it around, that's it for me. I mean, basically.
Yeah. But there's also a part of me that says, yes, and you know, you want flash and all this kind of thing, and that's great and good, and it may speed up the process and you can turn things around a little faster and this and that, but there's a part of me, that traditional part of me, that says, look, you may hire somebody that you may not think is, you know, this boisterous guy, but he knows what he's doing. It'll take a little longer, but he'll build it the right way, from the bottom up, and you'll be much better off.
What's saying that he can't
6 years down the road?
Well, what's saying he's not going to build it the right way, but he can get you there faster?
I'm not saying he won't. I'm just saying.
I mean, just because he's got the wow factor now, I don't think he's going to intentionally come in and try to just pile a bunch of people in here and fail. I think he's the guy that can turn it around the fastest, is what I'm saying. That can get you some players that you can get in here and compete with that we're used to having on our roster.
Look, it's all about players.
It is about players.
Bringing in players. Can you bring in players or can you not?
Nick Saban is.
Can you retain those players?
Nick Saban's a great coach.
Can you coach up those players? Those are two big parts.
That's it.
As well.
That's it. But you got to go out and hire assistants that you feel like can come in and coach it up. That's who do most of the legwork.
Development of players is as big as bringing in players.
That's right.
You can bring in great players and you can ruin them. So we've seen that. So you got to be able to develop them. That's a huge part of it. And that may be the biggest part that you look and say, I just don't know if that's a bit of a risk.
Jim said in the end, Saban was right. Texas A&M bought that #1 class, and now they're seeing those players are there for the money, not for the school. You can build a team with money, but you can't build the character and the work ethic of each of those players that want to be on that team. You're right. It's part of it. Ty said he's got a feeling it will be prime time or Kiffin. We'll see. I don't know.
Alabama and Auburn at Plainsman Park tonight, 6:30. A 12-inning exhibition. It'll be a little cool, but it'll be a lot of fun, I would imagine. If you're looking for something to do this evening, Plainsman Park, Auburn and Alabama going to play a little baseball. Auburn got a lot of newcomers. Should be a lot of fun to kind of see some of those new guys and to see what you can expect in 2022 or 2023. All right, some games this weekend. Kentucky at Tennessee. Any chance for the Wildcats there, you think? I think Tennessee rolls again.
I think Kentucky will stay with them for a while. But I think Tennessee, man, they're just playing so good offensively.
Yeah, they really are. Florida and Georgia in Jacksonville. That one probably won't be much of a contest.
Not going to be much.
Ole Miss at A&M.
Ole Miss. Ole Miss.
If they beat me, they're probably going to beat A&M, and that's just going to be that much.
What do they be, 3-5? Texas A&M?
Yeah, and 1-5 in the league.
God, awful.
How about that? Arkansas at Auburn. Give me a score.
I told Gary this morning, I said it's going to be predicated on can we stop the run. I just – in the second half, I don't think we can. I think we can hold up. I just don't think we got enough players, man. I think that's the glaring issue that people go into these games going, oh, we're going to fight to the end. Well, they do fight to the end. And the end comes sooner for us because we ain't got enough depth.
That's a big problem.
And so, I don't know. I think Arkansas wins a game 41-27 or something like that.
I'll give you two scores. If Auburn wins, Auburn wins 31-30.
You don't get to do that.
31-30. If Auburn loses, I think it's more like I think it's 41-17. Arkansas.
Man, they've got to part ways if it's one of those two scores.
I think
it's a team we've won 8 out of the last 9 against.
I'm going positive.
6 in a row.
I'm saying 31-30 Auburn.
Okay. Well,
but if we lose, I think it'll be bad.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's 8 out of 9 again, and the one that they've won was in 5 overtimes.
Yes.
So if they come in there and put one on us like that, I think it's just time to move on. Now.
I think you're probably right. Happy birthday today, Charlie Daniels. Devin went down to Georgia. How about Dennis Franz? Daphne Zuniga. I always like Spaceballs.
Yeah.
I always like Jamie Gertz, too.
Okay.
Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Twister. She was in that one. Lauren Holly. Literally, that was the girl he said, so you're saying there's a chance. Juan Guzman. How about James Joseph? former running back for
How about that?
And also Calvin Jackson, secondary. And we need some of those interceptions.
Big-time Florida interception.
Yeah, really. Terrell Davis, Joaquin Phoenix, Julia Roberts, also born on this day. And the killer died today.
Jerry Lee
Lewis passes away at 87.
Tough one right there.
Man, he lived a long life.
He did.
That's going to wrap it up for us. He's Brad. I'm Andy. Have a great weekend, everybody. War Eagle. We'll talk again soon.